I was born in Bleeding, Alabama, to elderly parents. My dad was born in 1898. He was a hard worker, one of the hardest working people I know. My mom was a godly woman who taught me to go to school and believe the best in humanity. And I was the first to go to a 4-year college, but that almost didn't happen. I believe Mr. Gillis was a substitute teacher in English, an older black man who pulled me aside after school one day and said, "Mose, why aren't you applying yourself? I'm getting B's and C's. What more do you expect out of me?" He said, "If you applied yourself, you could get a scholarship." I said, "There's no way the school's going to give me a scholarship." He says, "Why don't you apply yourself, make the grades, and make them say no to you?" Well, I never saw him again, but that was enough to light the fire in me to start studying and applying myself. I believe I was the only black graduate in the top 10% of the class. That began with sort of a domino effect. I got the appointment to the Naval Academy. I went to the Air Force Academy, NC State. I chose the Naval Academy. It was a great decision for me. And they had a Marine general come there and speak to us. He's a general, but he looked like an NFL linebacker. This guy was built, had his little Charlie shirt on. Everything was, you could see the V there. And I thought I wanted to be like that guy. When I came in the Marine Corps, I saw that the minorities in the enlisted rank needed some officers they could look to. Someone in the head sheds to represent them when they come up for promotions, for Marine of the Quarter, things like that. And when none of us are there, they just don't feel like they're represented. My Marines all did well because they wanted to. And they wanted to please me, not because they were afraid of me, but because they wanted to please their boss. And that is the best way to run a unit. When I was in law school, I was going to be a defense attorney. I meet Mr. Short and he said, "You can do a whole lot more to affect equal justice as a prosecutor than you can as a defense attorney. You get to say what charges are filed. You get to say whether you're seeking long sentences of probation or not, or whether the police did something wrong and want to throw the case out. That's the power you have as a prosecutor." And becoming a prosecutor is just like putting on a different uniform, because I was still serving the community, protecting and defending. I feel good about my work there, and had a great prosecution record that led me eventually to come on the bench, and now I'm doing Veterans Treatment Court, which is, I think that's my purpose in life. Yes. I hold myself out as a quasi-commanding officer, and that's the way they see me. And it's just the same as it was in the Marine Corps. I treat them like people. I treat them with respect. I give them trust. We've graduated about 200 people from the program. And of those 200 that have graduated, only about 5 or less than 5 have been rearrested and convicted of anything.